We are live from Crusaders headquarters. I'm King Nico, and if you're watching and listening to this, you are the resistance. So we are bringing you live yet again more of the decode from the movie Snake Eyes. I've shared in the previous video the decodes from the movie Star Trek Generations. So yeah, I thought I would add and bring some of this stuff together. Also touch on yesterday's so-called rapture date, which I told you was not the rapture. It was going to be a day for the Antichrist. Donald Trump was at the United Nations yesterday. So let's see some of these decodes. So if you remember, September 18th, 1947, the founding date of the CIA. So from that date to Tyler Robinson's birth date, is 666 months. September 18th, 1947 to April 16th, 2003. So now the actor that played Charlie Kirk in the movie Snake Eyes, or Charles Kirkland, same name, Joel Fabiani. Joel Fabiani was born September 28th, so another September birthday, right? September 28th, 1936, and look at his age, he is 88. For the Trump code, 88. So from his birthday to Tyler Robinson's birthday, because remember in the movie he was assassinated by a man with the initials TR, Tyler Robinson, on the date of September 10th at the Donald Trump Atlantic City Hotel while watching a fighter named the Executioner, Lincoln Tyler. So their birth dates are 66 years and 6 months apart. So thank you to Glenn G, Gematria Glenn on Twitter for that. It's also 165 days apart in the year. So from April 16th to September 28th, there's 165 days. So I showed you the 165 from the banner, the Atlantic City Executioner. This is how the movie begins. Tyler Robinson is 165, Lincoln Tyler 165, Orem, Rome 165, Charlie Kirk's final sentence, counting or not counting, gang violence equals 165. Nicolas Cage, who was in the film, his full name, Nicholas Kim Coppola, equals 1104, which is Transpocalypse 1104. United States Space Command is 1104. The name of his father is August Coppola, which equals 1104. Alien Threat 1104. Hail the Antichrist is 1104, as in the days of Noah. Irina Zarutska and Captain Kirk 1104. So Donald Trump was at the United Nations yesterday, the day that everyone was claiming was the rapture, that I told you it was not the rapture. So from 9/11, 2001 to September 23rd, so from September to September, so a lot of Septembers, a lot of September birth dates, a lot of September assassinations, September rituals. Wow, right? So September 11th, 2001 to yesterday's date, September 23rd, 2025, is exactly 1254 weeks. Donald Trump was at the UN yesterday on September 23rd. Antichrist Trump equals 1254. Donald Trump, calm before the storm equals 1254. Some very famous words from Donald Trump. So 1254 there. So 1254 weeks, Antichrist Trump was at the UN addressing the whole world. It's now getting very biblical. So Donald Trump criticizes the United Nations. These are today's headlines. Trump criticizes United Nations equals 744. The man of sin equals 744, and the father of lies equals 744. That was from the Charles Leclerc decode, where we posted all the 744s, the end of time, out of time, Tower of Babel. And remember, 744 equals 1254. So full circle right there. Rapturing, father of lies, death penalty, judgment day. So let me just add this to the father of lies decode. 744 is 1254. So remember, he was at the United Nations 1254 weeks after September 11th. Incredible stuff we're seeing here. So I know a lot of decoders, a lot of pastors claim that Barack Obama is the Antichrist. I'm starting to see that that's what they wish and what they hope for. I've seen a lot of decodes, but nothing is more clear now, living in the present, showing that the current Antichrist is Donald Trump. A lot of racist pastors and racist truthers and racist decoders are not going to like this because they so badly want the Antichrist to be a black man. So they so badly want Donald Trump, the white president, to be some kind of Jesus Christ savior, but it's not looking that way. According to scripture, he did leave and return after a while. That's Donald Trump is the Antichrist. So you're seeing the 1254s here. So remember, United Nations equals 1116, mark of beast. United Nations equals 611, tribulation. And United Nations equals 165. I just showed you the 165 and how that is connected to the 165 days apart from the actor that played Charlie Kirk to the person that killed Charlie Kirk in real life is 165 days. Tyler Robinson is his name. The boxer in the movie, Lincoln Tyler, is 165. The place where Charlie Kirk assassination took place was in Orem, Utah. Orem is 165, and his last words were, counting or not counting gang violence. So Donald Trump looking like an antichrist. So let's see how his day went at the United Nations. So Trump criticizes UN world leader in speech.
Donald Trump's return to the United Nations got off to a bumpy start. This broken escalator working its way into his grievances at the podium.
I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each.
So I see Joseph's in the chat. So Joseph, you're not welcome here. No one's stealing your decodes. You are the thief. You are stealing mine and trying to sabotage this channel for many years. And we've caught on to you. So you can get the hell up out of here. Everyone must unfollow Joseph Aquaviva. He is racist. Yeah, we're going to be exposing you. So get out of here. Joseph Aquaviva is a thief and a sabotage artist. Been sabotaging me for 5 years, stealing all my work, never giving credit, stole all my decodes. It's not happening. So we're going to get back on with this video. Donald Trump at the United Nations.
Donald Trump's return to the United Nations got off to a bumpy start. This broken escalator working its way into his grievances at the podium.
I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle.
For nearly an hour, Trump bounced between lecturing world leaders
Your countries are going to hell.
and offering to help fix their problems, urging them
Says your countries are going to hell. So let's remove that. I got more.
On this Tuesday night, the U.S. president takes on the world.
Just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, and there is no other country even close.
His wide-ranging lecture at the UN.
Donald Trump takes on the world, they say. And watch how she introduces him again. Let me just skip this ad. So watch. We're in trial and tribulation, and the Antichrist is showing itself.
An aggressive speech at the United Nations has laid out his vision for how America should wield its power. It was classic Donald Trump. He repeated past grievances, made false claims, complained about immigration and the escalator at the UN. He
made false claims. So here we go again. United Nations, Donald Trump, looking more and more like the Antichrist of Revelation.
U.S. president, in an aggressive speech at the United Nations, has laid out his vision for how America should wield its power. It was classic Donald Trump. He repeated past grievances, made false claims, complained about immigration and the escalator at the UN. He called climate change a big con job and insulted his allies, especially Europe.
I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. I've been right about everything. And I'm telling you that if you don't get away from the green energy scam, your country is going to fail. And if you don't stop people that you've never seen before, that you have nothing in common with, your country is going to fail.
For about an hour, world leaders sat and watched as Trump lectured them. Canada didn't get it.
All the world leaders, Trump just attacked them all at the United Nations. So this is the prophecy. Is this the video? Global Trump criticizes. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. Trump has another one.
Tonight from the United Nations, Donald Trump takes aim and lashes out.
Your countries are going to hell.
For nearly an hour, the U.S. president goes on a tirade in front of world leaders.
If you don't get away from this green scam, your country is going to fail.
As Trump criticizes the UN, we break down whether it's still living up to its promise. Jimmy Kimmel.
So yeah, you can see for yourself, the stage is being set for the Antichrist. Donald Trump is the person on that stage. He took on the United Nations yesterday. He attacked the whole world. You can see they're pushing for that one world government. This is the new world order. These are all my decodes, not stolen from anywhere. If you see them anywhere, you email me and message me and let me know. There's some serious sellouts happening and going on in this business. Yeah, so people are selling out to the new world order, and you're going to see them rise up and get more of a, yeah, it's happening as I get more and more censored. So yeah, you are not seeing these decodes anywhere else in the world. Donald Trump, the Antichrist. Antichrist Trump, 1254 at the United Nations, which equals mark of beast. So I can flash through all my slides. I have, how many slides do I have here? 100 now. 100 slides for this Charlie Kirk decode over the last 2 weeks. And I have sodomites coming in here telling me I'm stealing stuff. Disgusting. Get the hell up out of here. You're done. And you keep showing up and spying and stealing my stuff and commenting your foul mouth in my chat, then you will, yeah, there will be war. So yeah, let's go through all the connections, all the decodes we've done here. Trump at the center of all of it as the fitting Antichrist throughout this whole Charlie Kirk incident. So you can see the white supremacy. So the racist people will rise up. Charlie Kirk equals white supremacy. White supremacy equals mark of beast. equals United Nations equals Tyler Robinson and John Wilkes Booth. Great Tribulation equals white supremacist. There's your 1044s. So we decoded, or what's his name? Brother Joseph Makaleka, who equals New World Order and the false prophet. Or the tribulation decodes tied into Charlie Kirk and his assassination. The CIA tied into Charlie Kirk Masonry because it was 666 months after the CIA was founded that Tyler Robinson was born. Turning point 1122. There's your 1104s for your United States Space Command and your alien threat, just as it was in the days of Noah. 1122 for your President Richard Nixon. That was part of the fake moon landing, and the Nixon phone call to the moon equals 666. Disney NASA 666. Alien invasion is 1122. Also George Washington 1122, JFK assassination 1122. Brotherhood of Death 1122 and 611, United Nations 611 for tribulation and assassination 611, which took place on 1122. Derek Chauvin, Antichrist. Tom McDonald, September 21st birthday, made the song Charlie. That was released the day after the death of Charlie. September prophecy is 1254, prophecy fulfilled. Tribulation theory 1254. AI becomes self-aware 1254. Great tribulation 1254. He released the album The Revolution on November 18th, the same day that the Star Trek Generations movie was released, November 18th. Also a big fan of Star Trek, Tom McDonald. So all the connections here in the slides. Jimmy Kimmel Decode, Hollywood Masonic Temple 1044, New World Order 1044. Rainbow Warrior Transpocalypse 1104. He's being held at Utah County Jail 666, death penalty 666. There's the Superman connection with the released photo from the FBI showing Tyler Robinson at Dairy Queen by a Superman poster. They're calling Charlie Kirk the Man of Steel because his neck stopped the bullet from hurting anyone else. Ridiculous. Man of Steel equals tribulation. A Man of Steel is 666 and 1116. Even Hitler's there for your 1122. Yeah, this has been huge. King Charles Decode, Feast of Trumpets, 923s. September 11th equals 1260, which is one of the halves of tribulation, one of two halves that equal 1260 days. The Antichrist equals 924, which is today's date. Also, King Charles III dies today equals 924. Clearly, he didn't die, but I just thought that was there from a week ago. False prophets pushing the rapture, just as was Joshua Malakela. I found out that Josh Malakela equals 1044, the false prophet. Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. That whole verse equals 1044 and 1018. Joshua Malakela equals your 888 and 999. He's a South African preacher from South Africa, which equals Antichrist. The Formula One driver that won the race on Sunday, the day of Charlie's funeral and the day of the solar eclipse, was Max Verstappen equals 1044. Satanic Cult 1044, Nephilim Bloodline 1044, Number of the Beast 1044. $12.60s. Antichrist rules equals 1254 and 1254 weeks. And who was at the UN? Taking on the whole world with an aggressive speech, making false, bearing false witness was Donald Trump. Yeah, I found this was alarming to find this on the day. So Rick Santoro of Snake Eyes equals 924, the Antichrist 924. The other actress was Julia Costello 924, or the character, and it was at Trump Taj Mahal 924. So again, the plot of the movie takes place, pretty much the whole movie takes place on September 10th. Location Atlantic City, New Jersey. You can see Charles Kirkland is the Secretary of Defense that is assassinated. Lincoln Tyler, the heavyweight boxing champion. So the plot is all there. It's been there since 98. Donald Trump had his hands in on this movie as they used 2 weeks to film on location at his Trump Taj Mahal Resort Casino. Ushering in the New World Order. That's the October 14th date. Usher is October 14th. October 14th equals 1260, one of the two halves of tribulation. October 14th, 1260. His last phrase was gang violence, 1260. And it's 33 days after 9/11. Wow, God bless you, Black Cat USA, with a $20 super sticker. Like you've been watching and paying attention from the beginning, and I really appreciate you being here, saying that we're one of your two favorite decoders. Sue is here. Good evening, Sue. Yeah, I was thinking he's the Antichrist. Good stand up for yourself, Nico. Appreciate it. Again, thank you for the super sticker, Black Cat USA. Thank you, Sue. I am pretty intelligent. I see a lot of things. As I'm showing here with the numbers and the decodes, they're pretty in depth. Tuesday, September 23rd equals Antichrist, who was at the UN giving a speech, taken on the whole world. Donald Trump. Antichrist Donald Trump equals 1254. AI becomes self-aware, so it falls in line with AI also becoming more and more superior in this world as it is already. We've all seen how effective AI is, whether you're in school or college and you're using it to write exams or give you notes on lectures or just do your whole essays. AI can do video generation, image generation. It can put you in any outfit, any hairstyle. So it's not going to stay that way forever. It's just going to keep advancing, keep learning, and gaining more control. And that's what the significance of yesterday was, fulfilling September prophecy, right? Even the FBI director, Kashyap P. Patel, with his Valhalla comments. Usher Raymond IV and Charlie Kirk equal 1152 in gematria. There's your 888s for your synagogue of Satan, your satanic ritual, which is what this all is. But it's on a large scale. They're getting bigger and bigger, and they're gaining more and more traction. They're getting more and more energy and emotional attachment to these rituals, not just from the world, but from Christians in general, which is the target. So we're seeing it all happening. There's your 1086s, your F1 decodes, your Back to the Future decode, Antifa or Trantifa now being designated as a terrorist organization. Hell, the Antichrist 1104, I forgive him equals 726. Devil's at work here. Carlos Sainz Jr. got a podium for Williams on Sunday, the 21st, 11:16, in the same race that Max Verstappen won. Team manager James Vowles equals Prove Me Wrong, Charlie James Kirk, Miss Arizona, and the Galactic Federation. So now the F1 was fully tied in with this Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, Antichrist ritual, which is why F1's been pushed in the last few years through Netflix documentaries, through Brad Pitt Hollywood movies, because they want it to get more popular, because it generates a lot of energy for the rituals, and they need more human eyes on it to participate in that ritual. So yeah, Max Verstappen equals 1666. Which popped up from Charlie Kirk's birth date to his burial date in days and in weeks. Yeah, I can't believe I missed. I was so focused on Charles Leclerc that I forgot that there was another Charles, but he went by the name Carlos, who he was teammates with for 4 years, which had a surprising race on Sunday, the 21st. Charles Sainz, unbelievable. So remember, Atlantic City equals Brotherhood of Death. Tied into John Wilkes Booth, the assassin that took out Abraham Lincoln. So now we get Lincoln Tyler, which equals 165, and Tyler Robinson. Unbelievable connections. Incredible. So yeah, do not. Oh boy, I can see for sure how Donald Trump could very well be the Antichrist, because he's worshipped by the far right. And a lot of Christians, majority of Christians, worship Donald Trump as some kind of savior. So maybe this is it. This is my decode. This is pointing to right now Donald Trump being the current form of the Antichrist. Whether he's the final form or not, he is the Antichrist right now, here today on the world stage at the United Nations, giving aggressive speeches. So on the 1254 weeks from 9/11, when Antichrist Trump equals 1254. So there's the rest of my 1254s. So yeah, we should, if you guys are up for discussing this, I know we've all been pointing at Obama as the Antichrist for many years, but he's not currently seen on the world stage. Whether he's operating behind the scenes, we'll never know for sure. Yes, sir, Black Cat. Yeah, but they're all Antichrist. There's every single one of them. So who's to say if it's going to be one person or many or few or none, right? Or maybe it's going to be sentient. It's going to be AI. So we're here. We're looking out. I'm sharing all these decodes. People are getting triggered by these decodes because I've been on it, posting 3 videos a day. I've got 100 slides here now. So yeah, I got my receipts. So please make sure you're subscribed and share this video out. If you've been watching and listening, you are the resistance.